Oh, hi, it's me, Ramiro, and today I'm going to talk about the film Lover from 2008. It's 2008, sorry, 2018. Lover is the, not, I want to say first, was probably the most released film by Ralph Sepe Jr., also known as Ralph the Movie Maker. And this is a movie he's been working on for a while. Actually was going to start going to his comment section being like, when's Lover going to be released, Ralph? When's Lover coming out? He announced it, I think way back in like 2015 or 2016, around that era. And it's going to go until 2018, I believe. So I went on Amazon Prime, looked up Lover. I was trying to find it on other sites, but it was on Amazon Prime for 99 cents. So I thought, why not watch it and watch the review of it? Why? I sometimes watch Ralph the Movie Maker. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I can see why people like him. So I decided to see, well, if he's going to talk shit about movies, let's see how he does it in this movie. I've seen part of The High, part of King Candy. I never saw that Sauce thing he did or the brother stuff, but he's a very amateur filmmaker. He's not much of an auteur. He feels like the filmmaker that shows his influences on his sleeve. Like in this film, the influences are very obvious, and he doesn't have an auteur voice that goes through it. The film is about Howard and Christina and their relationship, and how it kind of builds up into this explosive thing. Christina lives with drug dealers who, at one point, beat up Howard, and stuff ensues. That's a very basic plot. I'm not gonna get whole into it. This is called a suspense movie, but there's very far in between scenes in it. There's suspense on the genre, but like I said, there's very little suspense. Like I reviewed No Control of Men a while back on my honest reviews. Now that movie's full of suspense. That's how they do suspense. The most part I got suspense are some very cool looking parts. There's a short scene of suspense before a shootout happens, but it's so short that it doesn't really feel suspenseful. Like you know it's gonna happen. Like you've seen Howard carry a gun throughout the movie, and like there's this whole rule in cinema called like Chekhov's gun maybe. I think I'm confusing him with a Star Trek character, but yeah, there's like a rule that if you see a gun in a scene, it has to be used, and that's a cinematic rule that people follow. And it kind of builds suspense. But you see Howard with a gun throughout the movie. After he gets beat up by the drug dealers that Christina lives with, he's seen carrying a gun. Now I have to say my favorite thing about this movie is the original score done by Elias Ortega, which was really good. I'm really into like electronic, lo-fi, very almost synth heavy. I think this is like a Carpenter score. Not as good as Carpenter, but the same kind of style. Like this is like low tier Carpenter, not even as good as low tier Carpenter style. The cinematography is also done by Ralph Sepe, who wrote and directed the movie. He did the cinematography. The end credit says written, photographed, maybe edited, and directed by Ralph Sepe. I just saw this movie. I should be able to remember the credits. Anyway, all I know is Ralph Sepe was the DP for this movie, and I think he could have done a better job. A lot of shots, some of the shots were out of focus. Some of the shots were the camera kind of jiggles a little bit, but they're not overtly bad. The cinematography is good, but there's things that could have been tweaked a little bit, either in reshooting or editing, that could have made it better. Now the characters, Howard is pretty interesting. You get to learn about him, especially since the beginning. He kind of comes out a little creepy, because he's like practicing what he's going to say to the girl to pick her up. Christina's pretty good. The acting overall is solid. I think, one of Ralph's strongest suit is directing actors. And, let's see. Like I said, the music's probably my favorite part of the movie. I mean, there's like a soundtrack, I'll probably buy it and like have it on my iPod. Or just do something like that. Like I said, not too much suspense, but the stuff that is suspenseful actually works, and most of it works. There's probably one or two scenes of suspense that are like, yeah, it's okay. And this movie's pretty tame from the title and the trailer of Lover. I thought there'd be a lot more violent actually. And the way Ralph described it in his pitch thing on YouTube, talking about it. Yeah, Narwhal is playing on my TV in the living room, but like the whole thing he did, it's very not as violent as I thought it'd be. Hear that? Narwhal is playing on the TV. Anyway, so the whole idea of this film is to see this relationship kind of blossom and explode at the end, and I think at that level it works. Yeah. So, if any of you guys saw Lover either 2 years ago or recently, like me, comment below in the comments. Ralph, if you're watching this, hopefully this review doesn't make you feel bad. Like I said, the cinematography that you did was not bad. It's just there's some little tweaks here and there. But like I said, this movie was made for like about the same budget as Pink Flamingos, and it is a much better made film than Pink Flamingos. I can say that. But there's not much of a voice that I can see. Maybe because it's not. You could probably make that voice in a couple of movies. Even like Stanley Kubrick, who is the most auteur director of all time. Even his first like release film wasn't as good or has much of a voice as other films. It just takes a while to develop that voice and director stamp. That just takes directors years to perfect. So don't feel bad about that. So Ralph, if you're watching this, good job. I enjoyed it. It was a little short, but I think that's what you were going for. But I'm gonna make a film soon. My second feature, and we got the same length as this, so I can't complain. All right, I'll see you guys later.